Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about the company and the stock e.l.f. Beauty, e.l.f. This is going to be my fourth video on e.l.f. Beauty, so make sure you guys check out my other three videos on e.l.f. Beauty, my other three parts I should say. And so now we're going to be talking about whether e.l.f. is a buy, a sell, what's going on with this company, is it crashing? I just made $5 million. $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions.
Let me tell you about my day so far. Coffee in Paris, surfed the Maldives, took a little nap on Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh yeah, and I got digits from this Polish chick in Rio. And then I jumped back for the final quarter of the NBA Finals. Courtside, of course. And all that was before lunch. I could go on, but all I'm saying is, I'm standing on top of the world.
Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about the company and the stock e.l.f. Beauty, e.l.f. This is going to be my fourth video on e.l.f. Beauty, so make sure you guys check out my other three videos on e.l.f. Beauty, my other three parts I should say. And so now we're going to be talking about whether e.l.f. is a buy, a sell, what's going on with this company, is it crashing? We're going to be analyzing this company right now. I've already analyzed it pretty much, but today is a different day, so we can just go over it again briefly and go over new stuff that I haven't mentioned to you guys yet. So there will be new information in this video, so make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and without any further ado, let's get started. So with the e.l.f. Beauty, we can see in the very short term, we could see that it's actually been going up. 2.7% has been going up. But now when we look at the 1 week, the 1 week trend, we can see that it's actually been showing a different story. We can see it's going down, and when we look at the month, down 7.51% in the past month. e.l.f. Beauty, e.l.f. has been going down 7.5% the past month. And when we look at the past 3 months, it's been going down almost 28%. 28%. This is bad news for e.l.f. Beauty, but some people can look at this as a discount. Are we talking about a 60% discount? 60% discount. Is that what we're talking about over here, e.l.f. Beauty? Or is it gonna drop to a 90% discount? What are we talking about over here? See, when we look at e.l.f. Beauty, it's been pretty much going down since forever. Like, I mean, maybe at the beginning when it was first like a IPO right around here, it went up, but then it just went back down. It started crashing. So that I don't even know if I want to count that as going up. But ever since that, yeah, it has these little tiny up movements, but that doesn't count because look at it. It's been going on a downward trend. We can see that the PE ratio looking good, looking healthy. We can look at the volume, and the volume looking decent. No dividends, so that's bad news. Zero dividends, zilch, nada, cetera. We can look at the recent news. When we look at the recent news for e.l.f. Beauty, we can see that there isn't really major news in the short term that's going to be a game changer for e.l.f. Beauty. In the short term, we're talking about the 13 analysts. Among these 13 analysts, 23% are saying it's a buy. 46% are saying it's a hold, and 31% are saying it's a sell. Now, when we look at the earnings per share, it's actually looking good. Look at it; it's been going up. So the fundamentals for this company is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the fundamentals is looking good, but the volatility is in the higher range. We know that the CEO, Tarang P. Amin, he headquartered this company in Oakland, California, founded in 2013, as I showed you guys earlier. Right here, that's where it was. Oh, actually, so it actually went public in 2016, from this graph over here. But he founded the company 2013, employs 414 people. So they have a decent amount of employees, and we can see that e.l.f. Beauty Inc. is a holding company which engages in cosmetics and skincare product. It operates through U.S. and international geographical segments. The company sells cosmetic products through the retail customers, e.l.f. stores, and e-commerce channels. The company was founded on December 20th, 2013 and is headquartered in Oakland, California. The FINRA listed name for e.l.f. is e.l.f. Beauty Inc. So looking good right here. So we can see over here what the people have to say about e.l.f. Beauty. You can see 203 Hungry Man over here saying e.l.f. small piece of here. So I guess he's not a big fan of e.l.f. Beauty over here. We can see over here short interest ratio of e.l.f. is 14.51 at 2019 to March 15, and short. So they're talking about the float essentially. And when we look at right here, AI Stock Finder, it says e.l.f. Beauty Inc. not overvalued, a limited upside move to come. Limited upside, limited. So that's what the AI Stock Finder over here is saying. Ryzen Hoover insider Milson Scott reports selling 13,000 shares of e.l.f. 13,000 shares for a total cost of $106,903. So we can look at, there's a lot of insider trading going on. Make me money, Jeff. So actually a lot of people are looking bearish. We could see Framus Morgan saying bearish. So there seems to be short selling hype over here. None of these people seem to be feeling e.l.f. Okay, this person King Zahi, they seem to like e.l.f. Thank you, Jeffrey Star, for giving e.l.f. an excellent review. He has 13 million followers and just posted this video 2 years ago or 2 hours ago. So Jeffrey Star, a celebrity with 13 million subscribers, seems to like e.l.f. Beauty. So this is good publicity for e.l.f. Beauty, but were they paid off? That's the question. Was what's their name? Jeffree Star paid off? So there could be some shady things going on, but I don't have no evidence for that. e.l.f., I remember Kramer pumping this stock so much. So Kramer was pumping this stock. We can see here's Jeremy from Financial Education looking bullish. Cruz 77 just watched this video about e.l.f. He breaks down how the stock would grow over time. Check it out. So when we look at the analysts, what did the analysts have to say? We could see the analysts are actually looking at this company in March as a buy, actually. So they were a sell, but now they're actually looking like a buy. But when you look at the overall rating opinion from 11 analysts, it's a hold. So we can see it's in the low range, and we know that the fundamentals of this company is pretty decent, pretty good. And when we look at the hourly, we can see that actually e.l.f. Beauty's, since the last day on a Friday, we can look that it has it's looking good. It's looking like a buy. But when we look at the daily and the weekly and the monthly and the long term, the technical aspect, it looks like a strong sell. And this is because of the bearish sentiment over here. You know, a chatter on the floor is out. e.l.f. You take out e.l.f. raises to strong buy price target is $45. Episcopalian seems to like e.l.f. But they're see right here, it says, see in the monthly, it looks like a strong sell, because when we look at the S1, the S2, and S3 looking good, the R1, R2, R3 looking poor. Now when we look at the MA5 through the MA50 looking poor, MA100, 120 looking decent. Summary, strong sell. The RSA, sell. The MACD, sell. CCI, sell. The highs and the lows, sell. The UO, sell. ROC, sell. So all these technical analysis factors are saying that this is a sell, a strong sell actually. And we can see that the earnings does look good though. So that's one positive thing we have going for this company. We can see John Chorizo says who buy this. And when we are looking at e.l.f. Beauty, e.l.f. stock, we can see that the value and the health and also the future is looking pretty good. But the dividend in the past, these are the areas that are looking poor. Mostly it's looking like a healthy company in the sense that, see right here, it says snowflake description, fair value with mediocre balance sheet. And so we can see, we know that e.l.f. Beauty is a beauty company providing cosmetic and skincare products under the e.l.f. And when we look at this company's price history, we can see it's actually been decreasing. e.l.f. Beauty has significant price volatility in the past 3 months. We can see all of its competitors over here. We can see e.l. is looking much better, and we look at J&J, that's looking good. Procter & Gamble, not bad, but not as good as Johnson & Johnson. But they're all very similar. While e.l.f. Beauty sort of gives a different diversification. Now when we look at When you look at e.l.f. Beauty's value, we can see it receives a 3 out of 6. We can say that e.l.f. Beauty is about decent price right now. It's actually undervalued right now. So this is good news. So it's actually, if you want to buy it right now, now's a good time to buy it. Soon we're expected it to hit the $11, $17, $11.17 range. You can see 28.36% over here, and the share price is $8 versus future cash flow of $11.17. e.l.f. Beauty's share price is below the future cash flow value and at a moderate discount, greater than 20%. This is good. e.l.f. Beauty share price is below the future cash flow value, but not at a substantial discount. This is not that great, less than 40%. So when we look at the price based on past earnings, we can see that e.l.f. Beauty is good value based on earnings compared to the U.S. personal products industry average. We can look at the PE 20. It shows 24.1 times the industry we're looking at, the market. But when we look at the price based on expected growth, we can see the PEG is 1.5 times, and e.l.f. Beauty's poor value based on expected growth next year. Price based on assets at a price based 1.7 times, and we see that e.l.f. Beauty is good value based on assets compared to the U.S. personal products industry average. We look at the future. What does the future of e.l.f. Beauty have to say about this company? How is e.l.f. Beauty expected to perform in the next 1 to 3 years based on estimates from 6 analysts? We see that the expected annual growth rate is 15.7% annual growth in earnings. We look at the estimated growth in earnings. We see that e.l.f. Beauty is not as great as the personal products, but it's better than probably like something low risk. We see the earnings looking good, but the revenue growth, I don't know about that. It doesn't seem like it's doing too good. We look at the annual growth comparison. We can see that the actual is better than the estimated, and we can see the earnings is doing decent. We look at the past and the future earnings per share. We look at we can see that the expected earning, the past and the future earnings, in the future it's not expected to increase by much. We look at performance in 3 years. The 9.4% return on equity. e.l.f. Beauty is not expected to efficiently use shareholders' funds in the future. Return on equity less than 20%. When you look at the past, we can see the past earnings growth over here. We can see that the e.l.f. during the 1 year is looking really poor. e.l.f. Beauty has delivered over 20% year-on-year earnings growth in the past 5 years. That's good. e.l.f. Beauty's 1 year earnings growth is negative. It can't be compared to the 5-year average. That's not good. e.l.f. Beauty's 1 year earnings growth is negative. It can't be compared to the U.S. personal products industry average. So we could see the revenue over here and the earnings and revenue looking decent. We look at the performance last year, 6.77% return on equity. We look at the personal products, the return on assets over here, 5.36%. We look at the return on capital, 6.66%. On return on capital, e.l.f. Beauty has efficiently used shareholders' funds last year. Has not efficiently used shareholders' funds last year. Return on equity less than 20%. e.l.f. Beauty used its assets less efficiently than the U.S. personal products industry average last year based on return on assets. e.l.f. Beauty's use of capital deteriorated last year versus 3 years ago. Return on capital employed. We look at the health of this company. We can see that the liabilities, when you compare it to the assets, we can see the assets is looking really good. e.l.f. Beauty is able to meet its short-term 1-year commitments with its holdings of cash and other short-term assets. This is good news. But when we look at the e.l.f. Beauty's long-term commitments, it exceeds its cash and other short-term assets. That's bad news. So when we look at the net worth equity, we can see it on the rise, the debt slowly on the decline. That's good. e.l.f. Beauty's level of debt, 65.6% compared to net worth is high, greater than 40%. That's not good. Unable to establish if e.l.f. Beauty debt level has increased without past 5-year debt data. Debt is well covered by operating cash flow, 37%, greater than 20% of total debt. Interest payments on debt are well covered by earnings. EBIT is 3.3 times coverage. We look at the dividend, we can see that actually e.l.f. Beauty doesn't offer no dividends. What is e.l.f. Beauty's current dividend yield? Its reliability and sustainability. We could see that it's 0%, estimated to be 0% next year. Unable to evaluate e.l.f. Beauty's dividend yield against the bottom 25% of dividend payers, as the company has not reported any payouts. So now build to e.l.f. Beauty's dividend against the top 25% market benchmark, as the company has not reported any payouts. So we can see it has not reported any payouts. It has not been increasing as a company. The dividend volatility or the dividend payouts. You can see it's unable to calculate the sustainability of dividends, as e.l.f. Beauty has not reported any payouts. So we no need to calculate the sustainability of e.l.f. Beauty dividends in 3 years, as they are not expected to pay a notable one for United States of America. So we can't expect a dividend from e.l.f. Beauty, not anytime soon.